Hello, my name is Mainul, and in this video I will show you a tool that we used in one of our research project. The project name is Redact, and I will give you the URL after the video so that if you're interested you can have a look into the project. So the purpose of this tool is to simulate an environment where multiple transactions want to be executed at the same time in a centralized database. So those multiple transactions are actually from multiple applications, and in that scenario, when multiple transactions want to be executed at the same time, that might cause a possible scenario that might lead to a deadlock scenario in database. So our the purpose of this tool is to simulate such an environment where we can visually show all of those transactions and statements among those transactions, and we can determine well ahead of execution if there exists any cycle among those transactions. So let me execute the system first. So this is the tool, and in this tool actually configuration I can specify number of applications as 3, and you can just ignore these fields, and the reason for 3 is I have a list of a set of transactions where there are 3 transactions from 3 applications, and here I specify the location of that directory. So this is deadlock directory, and when I press the configure button, it actually shows all of those transactions and statements visually here. So this transaction actually for application number 0, this one is for 1, and this one is for 2. So all of those transactions, there are 2 statements. You can see it even from here. So in this tool, the purpose or the utilities of the tool is you can shift that transaction to right by clicking on that button. I'll show that later, but before that let me show you if there exists any cycle among these transactions. So to do that, we actually click on that button, and what this button does is it sends the transactions to a separate module, which I'm not going to show here. So that module is patronate module that converts the system or the whole transactions system into a patronate model, and that module send that model or output to another module, which is cycle detection module. Cycle detection module checks for the possible cycle among those systems. Cycle means hold and wait cycle, that is a requirement for deadlock scenario. So if there exists any cycle, it sends back the cycle to this tool. Let me click on this. So this, when I click on this button, it actually sends back everything, and when it gets result, it shows it here. So you see here that there is a cycle among all of these transactions, and the statements are transaction number 1, statement number 2, this is transaction number 2, and this is transaction number 0. It shows you the associated transaction with this cycle. So you can see that there is a cycle among all of those transactions, and I told you earlier that you can change the order of those statements, like you can shift it to up, you can change it to shuffle it to the right, and you can save it. I mean, you can change the settings or the number of statements, order of the statements among the transaction, and you can save it for the future use. So this is a small system that I show you, but this tool can actually show you simulate very large system also. For example, if I set it 4 and I have another directory where I put lots of statements within transactions. So if I configure this tool actually can show you whole bunch of statements among those transactions. You click on those things, you see the transactions statements, and you can change everything, and then you can save it if you want. So with the help of this tool, we actually created the testing system or test system or transaction system for our Redact projects. So if you're interested, you can go to the URL that I'll give you, and enjoy. Thank you.